Welcome back to Closing Time with Nick El-Tawil. I am still Nick El-Tawil, and I'm here with my guest today, Matilda McPhee Hemsworth. Just kidding, she's not actually married to a Hemsworth, but she is from Australia. Matilda, how are you today?
Hi, Nick. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Thanks for coming on. So, Matilda, you have your own company here. It's called Merla Media, and you do a lot of promotion for hotels. I know you've been promoting Hotel Adeline a lot lately, and just local businesses around AZ. You want to tell me more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been about marketing for 9 years or so, from Australia all the way out to Arizona. And we specialize, Merla Media specializes in hospitality and hotel venues. There is, an abundance of those here in Scottsdale. So
yeah.
It's definitely a great place to set up a business like that. And so we're a full service digital marketing agency. We do everything from social media management, content creation, public relations, advertising, media buying, you name it, we've probably done it. Oh, and website design and logo design too.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I need a new logo for this podcast, just FYI. Just throwing that out there.
All right, we'll talk.
Cool. So how'd you get set up with Hotel Adeline and all those hotels out here?
Yeah, so I had been working, so originally I came out here with my motorcycle apparel company, Merla Moto. And
just keeping the same name, I love it.
Oh, yeah. So Merla Moto is technically our parent company of Merla Media. And, I love the motorcycle industry, I love the community, but, I've always, my bread and butter really is marketing, and I'm really good at doing that for, other industries outside of the motorcycle industry. The motorcycle industry can be a tough one, especially for women. And, it's becoming more and more popular, definitely for women, which is amazing to see. And, but, I love working with different brands, different clients, and so the marketing agency career has always drawn me back. We started Merla Moto Inc. over here. And then I had a little bit of extra time to start picking up my own marketing clients again outside of the motorcycle industry. So we started doing that. And then I also did some contracting and freelancing work for another agency based here in Phoenix. And I was with them for about 1.5 years, and then decided that I was, ready to go out on my own and do my own thing again. I had my own business back in Sydney of my own clients. And, I loved it. I love having really long-term relationships with clients. I love being able to offer them the services that I really specialize in, and my team as well. I've got a really great team. We're small, but we're mighty. I just found that kind of doing my own thing just suits me better.
Same. I'm not really good at having jobs. I tend to get fired from them, so that's why I have my own company.
Fair, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, 100%.
So motorcycle industry, I wasn't expecting that. That's left field for me.
I threw you a curveball there, didn't I?
What were you doing with that? Were you just marketing motorcycles?
Yeah, absolutely. So the company is Merla Moto. So we specialize in motorcycle jackets, gloves, accessories, boots and bags. So the idea is that it's all protective gear. It includes all the protection that you need on the bike, such as your shoulder, your elbow, your back armor, but it looks and feels like a normal jacket. So you get dual purpose, you get the best of both worlds. And when my mother and I first started riding, my family started riding, back when I was about 16, there was no nice gear in the market for women. I looked like a turtle. I'm just wearing some big, just men's jacket that they just shrunk down to fit me. It's uncomfortable, it's layered, it's heavy, and you don't want to be caught dead in wearing that unless you're actually riding. So my mother, she was in product design, so she started designing and creating all the products. She founded the company. She still is the founder and owner. So it's a family business. And essentially we, started doing really well in Australia, and then always knew there was a huge market in America. So I came out here for a few business trips, and then I had a friend actually who lived here in Scottsdale. He had a custom motorcycle company as well. And then we sort of just joined forces between our two companies, and I was traveling the States at the time. He was like, hey, you should come out to Arizona and, just see it if you've never been. I was like, sounds great. he was having a birthday party during that time I was visiting, so I was able to meet a lot of his friends through then. And then we kind of worked on a collaboration sort of line between our two companies. And yeah, as soon as I kind of got to Arizona, I was like, oh my God, this place is beautiful. Mind you, it was in April, so it was like the best month to come. I think if I came in July, it might have been a different story. I may not still be here today. No, I don't believe that. I think I just fell in love with the town and the people. So yeah, and then so we set up a US entity, and this is 22, and then I got a working visa as well to kind of manage the marketing and sales operations of Merla Media out here. And here I am. You still haven't gotten rid of me yet.
No.
No.
We're trying. After this summer, God was like, get Matilda out of this place. Like, let's see how much she can take.
100%. They were doing their best. So put up a good fight.
Yeah. You're tough though.
Thanks.
I mean, you were riding motorcycles. Like, amazing.
Thank you.
Do you still ride?
I mean, I can, to be very honest, and this sounds terrible. I haven't ridden in a while. I still need to invest in a motorcycle out here, and I'm starting to get to that point now where I'm really, as much as I love motorcycles, I think riding out in Arizona is very different to riding in a lot of other towns. People drive crazy on the 101.
Oh yeah.
I'm seeing motorcycle accidents on a weekly occurrence just around Scottsdale and Phoenix. So it's kind of intimidating for me to want to get a bike out here, even though, I sound like a pussy and I'm not representing my industry well right now.
No, Arizona drivers, it's funny because we're about to make fun of them today with some little content, but yeah, they're insane.
Yeah. And especially, I love riding in Australia and Sydney. I have ridden out here. In fact, one of my favorite rides out here was when I rode over the San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge. I was there with my other friend, and she was working with us at the time for Merla Media too. It was the most amazing experience. It was really, really cool. I'd never been to San Francisco, and riding over one of those iconic sort of landmarks was a pretty bucket list item.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I feel like motorcycles would make sense for start and stop traffic, but because Arizona is very spread out, if you're going on the 101, you don't want to be on a motorcycle.
You don't, and I really take my hat off to people when I do see them riding out there. They are just the most fearless people I see. And
I love it when they weave in front of me.
Oh yeah.
On the 101 especially, I'm like, okay, well, you got balls.
Yeah, 100%. I know. I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm ever going to be as tough as you, but that's okay. I love the community. When I go back home to Australia, I love riding back there. Yeah, keep it safe. Well, I want to protect my face and my skin.
The moneymaker.
Yeah.
The moneymaker.
Sure. Yeah.
Can't be promoting Hotel Adeline with scars on your face from your motorcycle crash.
Yeah, I just don't really feel like I'm going to appeal to my clientele that well with that. Yeah. In the motorcycle industry, it'll work. They'll respect me. They're like battle scars.
For sure, yeah. They're like, okay, she's been beat up.
Yeah.
She's been through the ringer.
Yeah. She ain't scared.
So tell me more about what you're doing for hospitality industry out here. Are you working with the Airbnbs at all?
We do have one Airbnb client. We haven't dived too deep into the social media side of things yet. But yeah, we've worked with a few of those. So we've got the hotels, we've got a few restaurants as well. We've got another really big hotel coming up soon. For legal reasons, I'm not allowed to say which one it is until all contracts are signed, but this one will be a really, really great project. So we'll be doing everything from
Caesars?
Oh, no, I wish.
They need it. Shout out Caesars. We love you.
Caesars, give me a call. But yeah, so we handle a lot of nationwide PR, public relations for them. So we'll be partnering with the big media groups. You've got your Nexstar, you've got North Star, iHeartMedia as well. And so what we do is that a lot of hotels will want to tap into different markets, especially coming into the peak season. You've got your snowbirds coming in from Colorado, Chicago, New York. And you really want to kind of tap into those sort of feeder markets, the industry calls them, in order to really sort of push your brand awareness. Usually hotels do very well regardless of marketing during that season, but I mean, there's no such thing as making enough money, right?
Right. McDonald's still promotes the Big Mac And that's McDonald's, right? One of the biggest
Exactly.
companies in the world. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Exactly, and you want to be forefront of mind whenever they're considering planning a trip to Scottsdale. It may not be at that time, but in a few months down the track, they may be planning to come down to Scottsdale for a bachelorette or bachelor weekend. So we do leverage a lot of media groups to be able to tap into those audiences really well. And then we'll also be doing a lot of like social media, content creation, media buying through there, so Facebook advertising. And then also working with, your online travel agencies, and hosting a lot of familiarization fam trips, as they call them. Essentially, that means like you're reaching out to like key stakeholders in the industry, bringing them out here to Arizona, showing them, like curating a really amazing experience, staying at that hotel, showing them everything it is to offer. And these will also be like top travel specialists as well. So people who have like, a real, a real play in the industry. So you really want to make sure it's a lot of like networking, it's a lot of like being seen anywhere and everywhere, but making sure it's in front of your customer in the right platform.
And then that's my job too, right? Make sure the right people in the right places see your property.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very kind of similar to you. You've got to also branch out, and you probably have to tap into a lot of the interstate markets like I do too, because people are, looking to buy a property down here during winter especially, and spend their winter and fall months down here, soaking up our beautiful weather. And and then obviously, we go hard with social media, we go hard with content creation, really sort of finessing the brand image of everything, and that's super important. And that has got to be tailored differently to each hotel. Like, Hotel Adeline is very upbeat, it's very fun, it's very vibrant. Whereas if I'm going for more of a very high-end, let's say like an autograph collection hotel, that has more of a mature sort of audience, it's going to be a very different strategy.
What's your strategy for something like that compared to, say, something that appeals more to the younger crowd?
It's a great question.
And how do you make that determination? Like maybe, do you want something that appeals more to an older crowd to appeal to a younger crowd? Like when do you decide that?
That definitely comes through, like, obviously having a lot of conversations with the marketing team, like, the client itself, the hotel, understanding what their vision is, making sure that we're fully aligned. Obviously, we put in our recommendations on how they may even want to pivot or tweak their targeting, but ultimately, they'll sort of be like, this is our target market, this is who we're going for. And then so essentially we'll kind of look into what channels that particular audience is most active on in terms of social media. We'll get a few stats in. Okay, so they're more on LinkedIn, or they're more on Facebook, or more on Instagram. And then we, able to create content utilizing models that sort of reflect who they are, essentially, that represent them and their demographic. And then essentially after that, then we would have a bit of a campaign message. So, for example, we started with this one hotel, big, beautiful hotel here in Scottsdale, and we started with them probably like around June, July, and we're like, okay, cool. No one from out of state really is going to come out of their way to Scottsdale right now. It's hot. Like, everyone's staying where they are. So who are we going to leverage? Let's have a look at this. Let's do a campaign around staycations. We have discounted rates for locals. It's a great way to kind of get out of the house, get away for the weekend. A lot of people in Scottsdale are still busy working throughout the summer, may not have time to go and book a Europe trip, but they can have a beautiful, enjoyable holiday vacation, as you guys call it. So we say
staycation.
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 You guys say staycation right here in their own backyard.
I did that last year. Like Caesars had just opened and the rates on the rooms were super low. So I just did a couple days there just to try out the rooms.
Yeah.
It wasn't crazy expensive. I actually really liked their rooms.
Yeah.
This year the rates were much higher. So I'm like, okay, maybe I don't do that this year.
Totally.
Plus I actually went out of town this summer.
Yeah.
So.
And then also for you as well. I mean, it would make sense for you to be trying out the different hotels around the area. Like I'm sure you have clients that come in from like out of state.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then, you're able to provide that like sort of concierge service, if you will, to be like, yep, stay here at this hotel. I tried this one. This is perfect for what you're looking for. If you're going to be here for a few days. And so, yeah, so it's always really good for like couples who want to do that in their line of business. Or just, you know, being able to sort of recommend it to friends and family.
Yeah, really the selling point for that was like the restaurant. They loved Luna on the ground floor of Caesars.
I haven't tried that one yet. I've only been to 7.
7 sucked. No,
okay.
it closed, so I mean they know it sucks. So I don't feel bad saying that on camera. But Luna, it's underappreciated because I think the hotel kind of took a while to catch on, and 7 wasn't great. So people saw Luna, they're like, oh, it's probably not that great either. That's my favorite restaurant in AZ. And I had clients from LA, took them to Luna first night they were here. They loved it. They went every single night that they were here. And they stayed at the Caesars too, just to be close to Luna.
Damn, you've got to get some commissions.
Well, when I walk in there now, they know me. And they actually thought that guy was my dad. They're like, oh, your dad was here. Like, that's not my dad. That's George. He's a client of mine.
That's great. I definitely agree with you on the 7 restaurant. I think it's such a prime position. They've got one of the best views of Camelback Mountain than like almost any other restaurant. I think the ambiance was what really lacked there at restaurant. And like after now working in marketing for hotel and hospitality industries, like I can just kind of pinpoint exactly what's going wrong there, like from a marketing perspective. And I can see why people rush there in the beginning and then slowly still trickle away, because there are 3 things when it comes to restaurants in particular. It's ambiance, it's service, and it's the food and beverage quality. If you don't have all 3, people are going to get excited at the beginning and eventually they'll just trickle off. But when you have all 3 and you maintain that well, like Elefante, for example. So anyone who knows me knows how much I love Elefante.
It's great.
It's perfect. Honestly, I should have shares in that. The amount of people that I recommend going to and the amount of times that I go to as well.
It's kind of wild because Elefante's selling point in LA was the beautiful ocean views, and here it's literally in a parking lot, so the views are of a parking lot, but the ambiance is still killer.
Absolutely.
Despite that that one downside, still killer.
Totally. You know, I wish they moved up into 7 too, but I do kind of like that it's, you know, it's very conveniently, I guess, located right there in Fashion Square. It's not too far from everything else down in Old Town, but honestly, like the decor, the interiors, like are just absolutely divine. I love their little speakeasy Bambino that you go into after. You've got a beautiful dinner at Elefante, and then you go to Bambino for a boogie after. Like it's a great setup.
I agree.
And you know, I know that there are some other, there's Filthy Animal doing that down in Tempe as well, and they've got Drop Dead Gorgeous. Haven't been there yet. I do want to go and check it out. I've heard good things. Have you been?
No. Tempe, once you cross that river, it's like, no, I don't go that far.
Yeah. Like, we need a passport to get down there, don't we?
Yeah. I'll go Phoenix. I'll go downtown Phoenix even.
Yeah.
That river, though, nope. Once you cross that canal, it's over for me.
Yeah.
I'm not spending my night there.
Very fair. Very fair. But yeah, and then I think Elefante, the food, every time I go there, it's consistently amazing and the service is great. But it's like the kind of place where like I can easily go there just for a chilled cocktail for happy hour with like one of my friends, or have a great date night, or just have like a huge big like group booking thing another week. Yeah.
Now, you're from Australia, as we talked about. How does Australia compare to Arizona? I would have thought that they would be similar, but I'm hearing maybe they're not.
Oh, okay. So there are similarities. Like you guys are always, you know, like crying about how Australia has like terrible insects and animals.
I was literally crying before this podcast.
He was. I was terrorizing him. I was traumatizing him.
Centipedes from the ceiling? Hell no. Hell no.
They're not going to hurt you.
It doesn't matter if they hurt me. They're just gross.
But I mean, like, they're just part of the ecosystem. Like, I think, as I was saying, like, you're not scared of what you've grown up with. Like, you're not scared of what you used to, essentially. So, I mean, you guys have got coyotes, you've got mountain lions running around, you've got scorpions. Like, you guys aren't too far off us Aussies.
I haven't seen any of those things since I moved back here.
Oh, really?
None of those things.
I've actually never seen a scorpion.
Yeah, so, I mean, where do you live? You live in Old Town? Yeah, so down here, we don't really get scorpions. When I was growing up, Yeah, we would get scorpions at my parents' house because they were, closer to the mountains, out in, farther out. But scorpions are little tiny little things. You step on them. Like, I didn't even notice when I step on them.
Can't that kill you?
If you're barefoot, but if you got shoes on, like you step on one, who cares?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
See, so that kind of response is, very Aussie-like. So, there's already similarities.
But they're not gross. That's the thing. I can look at a scorpion and be like, that's not gross. I look at a centipede and I'm like, that's gross.
Yeah, I've never really had that reaction to them.
Never.
No.
It's just normal to you.
Pretty much.
What about those huntsman spiders?
Oh no, I love huntsmans.
Oh my God.
No, you want huntsmans in your house. Trust me.
You want them in your house.
You want them in your house because they eat all the mosquitoes, and all the flies and all the other insects. So, and they usually come in during the rain, which is fine. And I grew up with them in my house. Most people in Australia do grow up with them in your house, but they're not venomous. They're not going to hurt you. Like, if they come close to you, they're just going to run away. So
what if they run around on your food when you're looking the other way while you're cooking?
I can honestly...
You're cooking, you go to the bathroom for 5 minutes, you come out, huntsman spider just walking around on your pasta.
I can almost guarantee that will never happen. That's never happened to us. They keep to themselves. They're pretty shy. They are probably the least of your worries.
Okay. I've heard we do actually have huntsmans here, like in North Scottsdale. They're much smaller than Australian huntsman spiders, but we do have them like farther north.
No, I should go say hi. I'll be like, yeah, I've got all your cousins back home.
Get a couple pets, bring them home.
Why not?
Just like old times.
I'll release them in my apartment. I'll be like, it's like home.
So I had a friend, actually still a friend, Adrian Heeman, shout out Adrian. He was like my third podcast guest. He's a real estate broker out here. But he is from Australia, and when we were going through the big crash in Arizona in 2008, 2011, he moved back to Australia. Sold real estate in Sydney, and he came back 2018 or something. But he was just telling me, like property values down in Sydney were just crazy, and he came here right before Arizona went crazy, and now we're probably equal. But tell me more about Australia and what that was like.
Australia's such a beautiful, safe country. Us being so isolated makes it, I guess, so safe. And we're also coastal as well. So it's like environmentally wise, it's such a beautiful country. And I do miss the lifestyle of Australia, like waking up in the morning, grabbing coffee from your favorite coffee shop, going down to the beach. Like that's one of my favorite things to do. So the property prices have been increasingly more and more. I think we did have like quite a lot of like offshore like investors coming
Overseas
in.
investors, yeah.
Overseas investors, taking up a lot of like the super ultra high priced properties in Sydney, but they'd be showing up to the auctions. We'd have like a lot of like Asian or like Singapore, Hong Kong, people like billionaires from them coming up and buying all our land because Australia is so unique.
It's close too.
It's not far from them.
Yeah,
no.
Hong Kong to Sydney is probably not that far.
Yeah, exactly. And so, property prices were like, going through the ceiling. And now, honestly, like, if I was in a position to go and buy a place down in Sydney, I'd be looking at 1.2 million for a decent one-bedroom apartment.
Sounds like New York City prices.
Exactly, yeah. So it just got way out of hand, and especially like the rental property crisis, I think is even worse in Sydney. People will be lining around the block just to view one available apartment showing for rent. You're probably looking, I think, for like a decent one-bedroom or two-bedroom. You're looking at, oh God, it's been a few years since I've moved there, so I could be wrong, but probably looking around between 1,000, 1,200, maybe 1,500, especially in like the good areas like Bondi and everywhere that you want to live. Most people want to live, and it's just like, it's just like a bidding war really every day, just for something that's very, very mediocre. So when I came out here to Arizona, I was shocked that there was so much vacancy in apartment buildings because that's just not like how it is in Australia at all. Like, There's no lines around the block and everything. And like, you know, the apartments here, I've got to say, are all new. They're much more renovated. Your apartment complexes all have gyms and pools and things like that, you know, and a lot of them in Sydney are quite boutique because we're an old city.
Yeah.
Like much older than Phoenix. But a lot of the apartment complexes have not really been renovated for a long time, like probably since like the 70s, because they don't have to, because they already have the demand.
Because they're on the beach.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to live on the beach.
Yeah. If you don't want that apartment, I guarantee you 10 other people are right behind you ready to take it, just like that. Yeah.
It's funny. That sounds like New York to me because
Very similar.
I sold real estate in New York, so the rentals, when COVID was booming and Arizona went crazy. In New York, sales market was whatever, but the rentals really took off, and it would be like lines around the block for rental apartments.
That's exactly the same. I don't know if it's the same in like LA, but you know, it could be similar too.
So you've been back not back, but you've been in AZ for 3 years now?
Almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years, December 23rd.
Right before Christmas.
Right before Christmas. I do not recommend moving halfway across the world right before Christmas.
No?
No.
No?
No, that was a poor decision.
Did you at least have fun on New Year's that year?
Oh, I had a great time. Yeah,
There we
yeah.
go.
And I was very lucky and fortunate. I had like a few good friends here that kind of welcomed me to spend Christmas with them. So yeah, I mean, all in all, I had a great time and I was really looked after. It's a really nice community of people here, I find, in Scottsdale. Like, everyone's really friendly. I think everyone's really open to making new friends, and you know, I think there's a lot of people who live here who aren't from here. So I think everyone's kind of used to branching out and making new friends. So, but yeah, no, moving, you know, all your stuff halfway across the world, 2 days before Christmas, and everyone's already going manic and crazy about everything else. So yeah, it was a busy time, but we handle it.
So are you going to be staying with us for the long term?
Hope so.
You hope so?
Hope so.
I hope so too.
Good.
I want to see Merla Media blow up. I want to see you ride some motorcycles too. Matilda, you got anything else for us today?
I think that's it. No, thanks so much for having me. This was really fun.
Thank you so much for coming on. Matilda Hemsworth, everybody. Excuse me. Not Hemsworth yet. Chris Hemsworth, call her. I'm Nick El-Tawil. Call her anyway. I'm Nick El-Tawil. Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much.